Nearly a year after the gruesome death of Vanessa Guillen, and in the wake of the independent review which revealed widespread failures in Fort Hood's Criminal Investigative Division, today the House Armed Services Committee held a congressional hearing focused on the problems with criminal investigations in the military and how to fix the issue.
The Fort Hood Independent Review Committee's report is a stinging repudiation of the Army Criminal Investigation Division.
Congresswoman Speer, who chairs the committee, has been focused on these issues for over a decade.
What the Independent Review Committee found was startling. Quote, the Fort Hood CID is a training ground. These young, inexperienced agents were checklist-driven, focused on developing a case file that simply checked the boxes rather than identifying and working leads and suspects that are most likely to resolve cases.
They heard testimony from the members of the Fort Hood Independent Review Committee about their findings and recommendations for the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigative Division, CID.
The issue is one of inexperience, resources, staffing methods, and the overall CID business model. And there were simply too few journeyman-level agents to work the complex sex crimes cases, death cases, while still mentoring the large number of inexperienced and uncredentialed special agents who were constantly transferring in and out. There was minimal continuity and institutional knowledge within CID.
I would say that it's a good step, but I continue to hear the military spokespeople to say the same thing, is that they now know there's a problem and they're going to do better.
Amy Frank is a sexual assault victims advocate for the United States Army.
This hearing today was very beneficial, and the professionals on the panel were very truthful and honest to talk about the true problems, not only at Fort Hood, but throughout the Department of Defense. And if military members have not seen that this is a problem, given the number of sexual assaults, suicides, and murders, and they want a chance to fix it now, they don't get a chance anymore. It's time to take it out of their hands. They've had their chance.
Moving the prosecution of these cases out of the chain of command is something Congresswoman Speer has been fighting for. Recently, we sat down with her.
You've been obviously working on this a long time. What, if you boil it down, is the core problem?
The core problem is these cases are not handled like crimes. They're handled as if it has something to do with discipline within the military and therefore should be subject to the chain of command, except that they're crimes. They have now grown to be murders in many cases, murder-suicides. And the fact that the military is unwilling to have these cases taken out of the chain of command, retained in the military, but have professionals, professional prosecutors, professional investigators make the determination as to whether or not to move forward with the case. That's what they are afraid of.
Congresswoman Speer says that through these hearings and the I Am Vanessa Guillen Act that she introduced, she's hopeful there will be change coming. For NewsNation, Rich McHugh.